Hello, my name is Isaiah Caldwell, and I am from a small town in Ohio, and this is my Sociology Final presentation. This is a picture of me, and then this is a picture of my uncle's dog that I love being around. And one of the main points I want to make during this presentation is I am who I am because of society around me, and I'm going to describe how and why society How did family shape my understanding of the world? My family has been an important factor for understanding the world. I grew up as an only child, which impacted my socialization compared to people that have siblings. But my mom has 8 siblings and my dad has 2. And that's a lot of aunt and uncles, and I got to spend a lot of time with them. And most of my socialization growing up as a kid was with my family and not really with other peers like my friends. Okay, let me see here. My family taught me the basic values, beliefs, and social norms, as my parents acted as my first ever source of support and communication. As like my family, since day one, I have been with my family, and I feel like, especially my mom, I've been attached to her, and I just grew up very similar to things that she did because I always grew up and I always looked up to my mom. See here, I am very thankful that both of my parents are still together, as I believed this to act as a strong foundation for me growing up, both supporting me and encouraging me to try new things like playing guitar and trumpet. Without my parents, I would have never stepped up, I would have never bought a guitar, I would have never played the trumpet in high school band. And these things led to me getting out of my comfort zone, trying other different things. And for example, they thought music would be awesome and good for me, and it was. And I am blessed to have music in my life, as it is a stress reliever, and it's impacted me tremendously during my life, and it would not have without my parents. And like I said, this got me out of my comfort zone and made me meet people that I would never met before. This helps with interactions and making friends, becoming more sociable because of my family, and I'm very thankful for all of my family. Peer groups' effects on understanding the world. Throughout my life, I have had a great small friend group. We all bonded as soon as we met, and we are still good friends to this day. We all respect each other and let each other talk without hate or interruption, and I believe my friend group taught me valuable lessons in how to respect one another. And I am, since day one, from kindergarten of high school, I met my friend group, and we instantly connected, and it has shaped my whole understanding and has definitely affected me. As we help introduce new ideas, cultures, and viewpoints. I think this is a very important topic because we don't just stick to one thing. We go out of our comfort zone and we talk about new ideas, cultures, and viewpoints. One of my friends is Greek, and he is not from Greek, but he has been there a couple times, and he tells us the culture and the different lifestyles, and it's helped me understand that different places in the world have different cultures, have different languages. They just do basic life different than what we do here in America. And I think that is an awesome experience to have, especially at a young age, because I'm still developing and still figuring out. When I was little, social media has definitely helped increase my knowledge of other parts of the world. But when I was little, I didn't have a phone. I wasn't on social media and all these different things. And then just having my friend group kind of helped me get out there and see the world. Okay. Having a friend group helped me with critical thinking. We always used to sit down after school and talk about a bunch of different ideas, expressing our own thoughts and introducing new and improved methods. A lot of the time helping with schoolwork, as many of us took similar classes, especially in high school. And I also did CCP, which is College Credit Plus. I did college classes in high school, and some of my buddies took same classes so we could work together. And I think this is very important, especially for critical thinking and sitting down, because not all of us, we did not all agree on everything. We had very similar ideologies and very similar cultures. We all thought differently. We all mostly thought differently on different subjects like politics, stuff of that nature, and we would always sit down. We would always be respectful, and we would always talk about our differences, and we would kind of like argue why we believe what we believe in. And I believe that helped me a lot. Like, society as a whole needs more of that, and getting this at such a young age, and it just helped me become more mature. It just helped me shape my entire life together and help me put all my stuff forward, in a sense. We were very diverse and learned many different cultures, giving us a totally different look on how people throughout the world lived, like I mentioned before. Impacts of social institutions. How have school, religion, work, or sports shaped you? I went to a small public school in Ohio, and I say public, but it was almost like a private school of how small and how involved the community was. I felt support from the community, and it was very welcoming. I don't know the specific population, but I know it is very low, and I know it's below 5,000. And it's just when you only have a certain amount of people, that is when you get to know everybody, and then you start helping each other out. And it's just a small community, and we always work to help each other. And I think that was very, very valuable because it helped me work together and talk and not argue and actually sit down. And because everybody's in this life together, I think it's very important to work together and work with each other. And if you have differences, you should sit down and talk about those differences instead of going and acting violently. And then religion. I grew up, my mom and dad are both Christian, and we go to church every single Sunday. We will occasionally skip a Sunday or not go for a while, but we've always stayed consistent, especially when I was little. And this helped me with beliefs of God and what he means to us, and the importance of him, and spreading him is very important. And Christianity helped me just become a better person overall, and has shaped me tremendously. And then let's go into work. Work has shaped me because I've always wanted to become a chiropractor. My uncle is a chiropractor, and he asked if I wanted a job as a chiropractic assistant. I had no idea what a chiropractor even was. This was 6 years ago. So I've been working at his office for 6 years. And him dragging me in and asking me if I wanted to become a chiropractic assistant has shaped me into pursuing that career myself, as I have almost have my bachelor's degree, and I will be hopefully starting the chiropractic program in January of 2026. Culture and identity. I am multi-ethnic. I think I have some English. I have some Irish. I have a lot of European in me, but I'm mostly Italian. That's kind of where I get my olive, darker complected skin from. And how this has affected me overall is, since I have darker skin, I grew up in a predominantly white community, so people would just kind of look at me a little different because I had a darker skin. And like me and my buddy, one of my buddies had darker skin. We were like the only two that had dark skin in our community. And that just affected me because I didn't really notice this until other people started to say it to me, like, hey, you have dark skin, I have, like, we're different, you look different than me. Like, what is that about? And there for a little bit, since I grew up in a small community, it did not affect me much, but it was like, there were some moments where I was like, I was different, and that definitely affected me, especially in, I would say, middle school. Social stratification. I grew up in the middle class, and I am a male, and this has affected how I grew up and how I was treated due to being male, and like just the roles that are the traditional roles of being a male and kind of having to fill that role as a male. And then I almost have my bachelor's degree, like I mentioned, and I will be joining the chiropractic program in 2026 of January of 2026. And the middle classes, I have like a car, I have my own car, I can go to work, I can buy my own things, we have a nice house, I have a roof over my head. I'm very thankful, and that has made me realize of how thankful I am because of how many things I have. Like, I don't have everything in the world, but that being in the middle class has taught me that I don't need everything in the world to be happy, and I can always work towards my goals and make money, but I don't need unlimited money. Here in the end, society has shaped me in different ways, and it's always a good thing to learn more and more about sociology and society as a whole and how it has shaped me, because looking back at it, this class has helped me tremendously, just looking at all the different things like family, schools, education, race, your sex, like all of these things play a significant role, and doing all this has put it in perspective, and it's all just pieced together. And I am very thankful to take this class, and thank you very much. This is the end. Bye-bye.